to the Foul Play Podcast. This is Jacob. I'm here with Pat. What's up, Pat?
What's up?
All right, so we're gonna break it up a little bit. We've been talking so much football, so much NFL, then we shifted a little bit to XFL. We'll talk about.
It's still XFL season. We're still in it. Don't worry, folks.
Okay, sure, if you say so. We're gonna shift it over. We're gonna do some NBA talk because NBA is really ramping up, and I really feel like NBA's popularity the past couple of years is really going way up.
Oh yeah.
While other sports, the baseball is obviously going downwards, but basketball is getting ramped up big time.
Big time.
So, after the All-Star break, it's time to start talking about playoff seedings and things like that. So I want to bring up a couple topics just right off the bat. I want to see how you feel about Rookie of the Year right now. Is there any way Zion, because that's all, it's ESPN is a Zion
Dude,
network.
it has been a Zion machine.
So do you think there's any way Zion can steal the Rookie of the Year from Ja, having only played the amount of games he's played?
So, yeah, let me preface it with this. I think right now, if I had to pick somebody at the end of the season, it's going to be Ja Morant, because he played the full season. But I think just because, like you just said, everywhere you look, it's just the Zion show as far as ESPN and the NBA is concerned, that if he has a decent second half of the NBA, and I mean, he is, as far as everybody's concerned, looks like the rookie or like the face of that rookie class. That he could probably win it.
He's
off
the face
name.
of the class. I mean,
Right.
He might be the face of the league already.
Eventually, that's what I'm saying. Like, taking those things into considerations, he could probably win the Rookie of the Year. Is it merited? Probably not. Ja Morant is a
Ja Morant
beast.
is such a beast.
He's unreal.
Such a beast.
Unreal.
And as great as Zion is, and as much as the hype as he's getting, and it's legit, he's great. I would still take Ja Rookie of the Year, and I'd take Ja to start my team, honestly. But I understand the Zion. I mean, this has been Zion hype since he was 16.
Whoa, wait. Did you just say you would take Ja Morant to start your team? Like if you were starting a franchise right now?
Between those two?
Between those two?
Yeah, I'd take Ja.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Over Zion?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know. So I'm with you in the sense that, like, Ja Morant he's a freak. He's going to be a very good player in this league.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
Zion is too, and I think Zion is more of he is more marketable.
Oh, no doubt.
I mean, we look at those kinds of things as well. So if I'm like starting a franchise, I'm probably picking Zion because of not only his talent, but what he's going to bring to my franchise.
The marketing.
To put his
He's
face
going to sell.
on
Yeah,
everything.
I get that. But what's
But if I were
killing the
starting-
league? It's killing the league that he's in Memphis. That Ja's in Memphis. That's what's hurting
Man,
him.
the Grindhouse?
Yeah, that's hurting
Nah,
him.
dude, I like the Grindhouse.
If Ja was on just about any other team in the league, maybe besides Portland,
Have you seen those Vancouver Grizzly throwback unis they're wearing? Those things are so badass.
But yeah, Zion. I mean, he's going to sell the seats. He's going to be on the highlights.
Yeah,
but no, Ja's a more complete player.
Absolutely.
And maybe he may not be in a few years if Zion learns how to shoot. And obviously, his first game he comes out, hits 4 threes, so immediately everyone thinks he's a shooter. He is not a shooter.
Not even close. That was just blind luck.
I've watched a lot of Zion's games. I haven't been able to watch a lot of Ja's because they're not on TV. But I've been obviously paying attention because I liked him ever since I saw him in college last year. And I was like, who's this dude? And all of a sudden, it's like, man, this dude is the truth.
Dude, he's unreal, and I think he's probably going to take away the title for guy that throws the ball down as hard as he possibly can away from Russell Westbrook. Every time he goes up to the rack, I mean, it just looks like he's going to pull the thing out for its fucking axle.
He's a clutch shooter, too.
He's
going to be good for a long time. It's been, besides those two, it's been an awful rookie class, but those two are nasty. So let's, another award, let's talk about early leaders for MVP, Giannis or LeBron. Who do you got there?
I'm under the opinion that every single year LeBron James should win the MVP. He's the best player in the NBA. But I know that can't happen. So I know Giannis probably, if this season were to end today, is probably going to win it. But my vote's always going to be LeBron. And especially what he's doing this season. He is having a hell of a year. I mean, you can make the argument that he is the MVP.
So you're going Giannis?
Oh, I guess I didn't really pick one there, did I?
No,
that wasn't very good. I'm going to say LeBron, just because if LeBron takes this team against a pretty stout West and ends up pulling off
If
a
he's the one seed,
championship,
because they're going to pick it before the playoffs.
That's true. I guess
so if he's the one seed,
if he's the one seed, yeah, he's it. And I think even if Giannis is the one seed,
what about if Milwaukee wins 68 games, 70 games, and you take Giannis off that? How many games do you think they're going to win?
do the same thing for
still the
Lakers.
The Brow's still there.
I guess that's true. I mean, look,
They're still a playoff team.
They're still a playoff team.
Bucks aren't a
Milwaukee might
playoff.
be. Milwaukee would probably be the same as the Lakers were. Because look, I mean, how many times
That's
was
in
the
the
Brow
East.
going to the playoffs with the Pelicans?
I know.
And what seed was he? He was always a lower tier seed. He's the I think the way that Milwaukee team is
It's
put
Giannis
together.
MVP. This is a runaway MVP for Giannis.
Runaway.
It's got to be. It's got to be, dude.
He's probably going to win it. You're probably right. He probably will win it. But dude, LeBron,
You're such a LeBron homer, though.
I am and I'm not in a way. Like I do think he's the best player I've ever watched like play from start to finish of his career, and you know what he's doing is unreal every single year, and I mean
it would be impossible right now. I wrote this down. It would be impossible for him to be better right now at this stage in his career.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's the overall point I'm trying to get at is where he's at in his career. I mean, it's like he was playing 10 years ago in Miami. Like, he just doesn't slow down. He doesn't break down outside of last year, obviously. But, I mean, he just keeps doing the stuff he's been doing his whole career.
I've been impressed. I've never been a super fan of him until he went to my Lakers. And obviously now I'm supporting him big time. But he doesn't get it. Somebody said he doesn't get enough credit. And I honestly believe it. He gets so much credit. And it's been so much LeBron talk. But, I mean, the camera's in his face since he was 14 years old. And he has lived up to every single bit of his life, of his career. It's unreal.
Every single one. So I'm kind of looking at his stats right now. He's averaging 25.5 points per game here.
That's not his most impressive stat this year, though.
No. What would you say his most impressive is?
He's leading the league in assists.
Yep,
and
there
it's like
it
he
is.
Started the season. It's like he set a goal. He goes, "I'm gonna lead the league in assists this year."
Dude, he's just like we talk about this kind of who are comparables to who they play with or who has played in history. And I don't think there's anybody that's as close to LeBron as Magic Johnson in the sense that he could play any position on the floor and still be probably the best passer on the floor as well.
Well, sure. I think so, too. That's always my argument when everyone makes the LeBron versus MJ argument is you need to make the LeBron versus Magic argument first.
Absolutely.
Because Magic was LeBron before LeBron.
Absolutely.
And they're all great. So, Okay, another question. Houston, you see what Houston's doing, right?
Yeah.
No center, spread it out, chuck it up.
Yep. Shoot the ball.
Can that work? Because it's working now.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I just don't see it.
The league is all points, dude. It's all points. Just make sure that you got the guys out there that are going to put the ball in the hole and they're going to be fine. I
can't stand Houston. Every bit of Houston, I just don't like.
I think the craziest thing for me this year in the NBA, a lot of people are saying, like, I saw something that was kind of circulating earlier, like, who's more impressive or what's more surprising, the Pacers as good as they are or how bad the Blazers are. And I think the most
Why is anyone surprised by how bad the Blazers are? I don't understand that question. Is anyone that surprised?
I mean, for as good as they were last year, I mean, didn't they go to the Western Conference Finals last year? And again, it was kind of a weaker year for the West, I guess, in a sense. But, I mean, kind of, yeah. Yeah, Dame and CJ McCollum. And
yeah, but they are what they are. I mean, you know what you're going to get. Dame's going to light people up, and they're going to lose a lot of games.
They're probably going to get a couple of.
So I'm not at all surprised by their season. I mean, the Pacers they've been a building team for a couple years.
Yeah, yeah. And here's the thing with the Blazers. The Blazers go in every single year. They always have they normally do like one or two series in the playoffs where they hit like Dame hits a game winner or they squeak by or they sweep someone. They always win that first series, and then after that they're poof gone.
I love Dame.
I hate that guy.
You do? Oh man, I think he's.
I'm a Russell Westbrook guy though.
He mops the floor with Westbrook. He loves playing Westbrook because he lights him up.
Every single time.
I love watching that matchup too because apparently they do like each other.
No, they respect the hell out of each other. But yeah, 100%. You wouldn't know it on the floor.
I love the more shit talking, the better, dude. In the NBA, where you can see it.
100%.
I went to a game one time in Memphis. It was the Grizzlies versus Celtics, and I sat close enough. I wasn't like on the floor, of course, but I was on the lower level
enough to where you can hear him.
I could hear KG talk mess all night, and it was unreal.
Yeah,
and I just think those floor seats. I don't think there's a better seat in any sports than a floor seat at an NBA game. I can't really compare it.
Yeah.
NFL, I've sat at the front row.
Yeah, sure.
That's not that big a deal. You can't really hear nothing.
The NBA and basketball is it's almost like a more intimate sport where it's like exactly like you said, you're sitting right on the floor that they're playing at. They're not wearing any equipment. You can hear everything they're saying. So yeah, I mean that's probably an unreal
Baseball's
experience.
great when you can sit behind the catcher and you see the movement. You can hear the ball flying.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I love baseball, but I would understand it's got to be basketball sitting close because you
100%.
hear it all. And I would love, how great would it be to sit behind the bench and hear the timeouts, hear the interaction, hear all the mess talk. That's a life goal of mine is to sit close enough to hear all that.
I would love to sit like courtside. I don't even care if it's like
I wouldn't care who it
the
is.
Phoenix Suns against the Utah Jazz. It doesn't matter who I'm playing. If I'm just sitting courtside looking like I'm somebody, oh man.
I'll tell you, I don't know how KG wasn't in more fights as bad as I heard him disrespecting people.
I feel like if I was on that floor and I heard somebody talking shit the whole time. I would just be sitting in my seat, be like, yeah, that's what yeah, you suck. Like just basically
I see those guys on TV all the time.
just basically the whole time just being a hype man. Yeah, you suck, Dame. What he said.
I got a cousin. Every time he's in yelling distance of a player he doesn't like, he says, "You even suck on enough video games." That's a great
Until
line.
one of them decides, because in the NBA they don't play with that no more. They're all getting in everybody's face. I'd sit right back down. I'd be like, "Oh, sorry, I was trying to get the popcorn guy to come over."
Yeah, that
here."
didn't work well at the Malice at the Palace. Those guys chucking beers.
Yeah,
and
or
Ron
anybody
Artest
that
is
decides
charging
they want
you.
to start talking to Russell Westbrook, all of a sudden he's going to start whooping everybody's ass
He's
every single
feisty.
time.
Man, I don't know if he's real tough or not. He might be like popcorn muscle, fake tough guy. He might be the leader in the fake tough guy category in the NBA right now. Maybe he's
Really?
tough. I ain't seen him fight anybody. He's always acting like he's going to. Who's he really going at it with? I mean, him and KD don't even get in each other's faces. They like subtweet each other. And
Well, they
shit.
haven't.
That's
They
all.
haven't even been. KD hasn't played in like a year, dude.
I know, but I'm just historically.
KD, you don't want none of that smoke from Russ. Russ will whoop his ass. Ooh,
KD.
that's to be.
Actually, KD
this is a good
thinks
idea
he's
for a
tougher.
segment.
KD thinks he's
KD is the
tougher.
biggest. Like I'm
And
a top
he is
guy.
not
no,
tough at all.
No.
I don't know
KD
why
don't
he
want
thinks
no
he's tough.
smoke from nobody.
But he thinks he's tough.
He does. He really does. Honest to God, I think he thinks he's a tough guy.
You know who else thinks they're tough? Chris Paul. He might be tough.
I think Chris Paul might be able to scratch.
He's pretty chippy.
Like I just have a feeling like Chris Paul, be like, oh yeah, blah, and just hit you right in the face before you get a word out.
Yeah, but he's got to be on the list of guys who might think they're much tougher than what they are.
Possibly.
But
So-
Westbrook's on there.
Well,
for sure.
speaking of Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook, I think that's more back to what I was going to say with the Pacers and the Blazers. I heard. I think something that's more surprising is how good the Thunder are and how the Rockets haven't really taken a huge leap forward with Russell Westbrook, and how much that now the Thunder are basically set up to move forward in the NBA. Like everybody thought they were dead in the water after they got rid of Russell Westbrook.
Oh, yeah,
They're
I
fifth in
agree.
the league right
And
now, or fifth in the West.
I never really understood the move. I understand it athletically because Russ is better athletically, but if Chris Paul doesn't go down for that Game 7 and Houston doesn't miss 27 threes or whatever they miss, I think it was like 25 or
and they go to the finals.
They go to the final. They were an injury of Chris Paul away from going to the finals and knocking off the Warriors at their height. I mean, they were right there.
They were
So
pretty close.
I
They were
didn't
pretty close.
understand breaking up the team, but obviously I do if Chris Paul and couldn't get along with the beard.
I think it's that in age. I mean, Chris Paul's getting up there in age, but it made sense for the Thunder because now the Thunder are set up with, first round draft picks for, a while. They have them.
like
They have
two or
a
three first rounders for like the next 10 years.
yeah. They got in the 2020 draft. They have their own first rounder, and then the Nuggets first rounder, a top 10 protected. They have
Neither of those picks are going to be very good though. The Nuggets are the 2 seed. The Nuggets are the 2 seed.
That's true.
So what I'm worried about what they've done is they've got a lot of other teams' picks, but those teams are all pretty good. Like Miami is not going to be giving up very many high picks to them. They made that Miami trade. They're not getting a bunch of high picks. That's what I'm worried about. Is at the end of all this, they're going to end up with a bunch of pick number 21 and 28 that year. Well, what the hell does that get you?
Well, if you got 20 shots, I would hope one or two of they're basically. I think what they're doing right now is a better job of trusting the process and what Philadelphia wanted to do better than what Philadelphia
But
was
the only
doing.
time that worked for Philadelphia is if you're picking top 3. If you don't have top 3 picks in the NBA draft, good luck to you.
Man, not necessarily, dude. Look at where Steph Curry got picked. You know,
know.
that
Well,
kind of
that's
stuff
true.
happens. And if you have over the course of the next 6 years, you have 21st and second round draft picks. That's a lot of opportunity for you guys to go out there and say, "Hey, we're gonna go get this guy or that guy."
You can't even keep all those people though.
But here's the deal as well, Jacob, is they've already done it once. They drafted 3 MVPs in a row in Oklahoma City. I'm not saying they're going to do that again. That's capturing lightning in a bottle. But having 20 opportunities to go after a guy is
That's
really
true.
well. And not only that, putting a guy like Chris Paul in the front of your franchise, the face of your franchise, that's not a bad face to have for a
I
couple
hope they
years.
play Houston in the playoffs.
Me too.
I hope they play.
I
There's
hope
certain
so.
matchups I want to see. I want to see OKC and Houston because that's going to get real chippy.
Yeah, real fast.
Everybody wants to see the 2 LA teams, but those are the 2 matchups I want to see the most.
Let's see what it would look like if the season ended today.
With the season, I know it goes LA, Denver.
Jargon. Talk.
It goes LA, Denver.
Yeah, okay, here we go. In the West, it's L.A., Denver, L.A., Houston, Oklahoma City, Utah, Dallas, and Memphis. You always forget about Utah. They're always sneaking around.
Yeah, but hold on, go back because really that's the dream matchup for me is 4 versus 5. That's the
Rockets,
Houston
Thunder.
OKC.
Yeah.
And then I would love to see
I wouldn't mind having
Lakers
Houston
first
and
job.
Jazz. Houston Jazz, just because Russell Westbrook has that animosity towards Utah for Salt Lake for whatever reason. That's the weirdest grudge in sports. Russell Westbrook not liking Salt Lake City.
Yeah, I don't understand that. But I don't need to watch that series. That's not something that is that impressive to me.
And then in the East, you got the Bucks at the 1, the Raptors at the 2. That's still crazy to me. The Raptors are the 2 seed after losing Kawhi Leonard. The Celtics at the 3.
The Celtics will be the 2 when it's all.
You think so?
When they get to the playoffs, the Celtics.
I think Miami is sneaky good. I think Miami could be the other team in the East.
Philadelphia's trending downwards.
Philadelphia's trending down. Pacers are trending up. Nets are who knows.
It's an Eastern Conference.
God, I hate the East. Look at this. The Nets are 26-31, and they're the 7th seed. So stupid.
It is dumb. It is super dumb. As far as the Western go to bounce back to the West, though, teams that might get in still is New Orleans and Portland. They're kind of knocking on the door there.
Oh my God! Please give me New Orleans in the playoffs. Please.
I would. That's. They're going to do their best. If the NBA has any stake in this, they're going to try to. Get Zion
dude, that ain't happening. They're like. I guess they're only 3 games back. Sorry, I was looking at Dallas. I was like, damn, dude, they're 10 games back. There's no way that's happening.
Dallas. That's going to be a dogfight for that 8th spot. And the Lakers are going to want the 1, obviously. But
what kind of dog? It's a really dumb dog.
I would love to see the Lakers versus Zion round 1. Then you got Dallas and Denver. Don't care. Utah,
Dallas
and
Denver. You don't like? I'll give you Denver because Denver is probably the most boring 1 or 2 seed of my lifetime. However, dude.
Then you got Clippers, Jazz.
Dude, Dallas. We got to talk about Dallas. We got to talk about how good Luka is, and they're gonna. That's not going to be as easy of a run for Denver as you think.
But I don't care about the matchup. Clippers and Jazz, no thanks. And then you got Houston and OKC. It's going to be great playoffs in the West. East, it's not going to matter. It's just give me the Celtics and the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. Give me the 2 LA teams, and let's go.
I think this is probably one of the years, whereas probably in the last, what would you say, 5-10 years, where there's so much parity where you, honest to God, have no clue what's going to happen in the NBA. You really don't. You have no clue what's going to happen in the NBA.
Yeah, and the ratings are so far down. I don't understand that. This is one of the best NBA seasons we've had in a long time, and no one seems to care or watch. And I don't understand.
Just because there's so many good teams, and you just don't know what's going to happen. Everybody has a pretty good indication that it's going to be Lakers, Milwaukee. But, dude.
Imagine how great it would be in the East, though, if Brooklyn had their 2 studs. If Kyrie and KD were playing. Because next year, they're going to be the favorite in the East.
Oh, and it's not even going to be close.
They're going to show up and be the favorite.
Nah, I shouldn't say. That's a little bit
Well, Milwaukee
brash.
might win the title, so it's going to be hard to take that away from them.
Right.
But
yeah. I think that the West, for as good as the Lakers are, there are a lot of teams that can win it. I even look at Dallas, and I do think Dallas could be a team that it's like, oh, well, here they go at the 7th seed going all the way to the finals.
No, I don't think that's even palpable at all. There's no chance of that. But I think this is a league where I can see the Lakers winning, the Clippers winning. I can't see the Rockets. I can't really see anybody else in the West winning, but I can see the Boston. I can see Boston winning it. I can see Milwaukee winning it. Toronto, no.
Boston? You really think Boston can win it?
Yes, absolutely. They got the best coach in the league.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I see 5 teams that might be able to win right now. And now I want to transition to one more spot here. I say after LeBron's got 3 years, I'd say, 3 prime years. LeBron wants to play till he can play with his boy, which all the power to him. But who's to face the league in 3 years?
So, if I was betting on it right now, if Zion keeps trending upward the way he is, he's going to be in that conversation. You can make the conversation that it's still going to be Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant and Kyrie will kind of split that. I think once they come back into their full powers.
Steph.
Yeah, Steph, it's
any
hard
chance
not to
it's
say
Luka?
Yeah, maybe. I look at Luka and I think that he is going to be one of those guys that is going to be.
You know who Luka's going to be?
Dirk Nowitzki.
He's going to be Dirk.
He's going to he's going to be all those guys that are international players that as far as the NBA is concerned.
He's going to be wearing the same uniform. He's going to be Dirk.
I hope. I love Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki is like one of my top 5 favorite players of all time.
Dirk seems like one of the coolest guys ever, too.
Dude, Dirk would be. Have you ever seen? This is kind of going off, but have you seen Did you remember the show Punk'd, hosted by?
Yeah.
None other than Ashton Kutcher.
Yep.
Did you ever see the episode where they were getting Dirk Nowitzki?
Uh-huh.
So Dirk Nowitzki is sitting in the like restaurant in downtown Dallas. Really nice restaurant.
Hope this is interesting.
It's very interesting. It's hilarious. So basically, they keep sending this kid in there to have him sign autographs at the table until the point where he's coming out with like a football LeBron James jersey, and Dirk's still just like, "Yep, I'll sign it. Yep, I'll sign it." So Dirk is the nicest guy probably in sports ever.
He's a good. I do remember that now that you say that. All right, so
I mean, if you're asking me, do you think Luka Doncic can be the face of the NBA? I think he can be. I just think there are other guys that are still in the league that'll hold on to that mantle before he gets it. Like, I think if Kevin Durant and Kyrie come back next year fully healthy, it's going to be those two guys and Steph Curry.
Because there's nobody in college that's coming up.
And Kawhi Leonard can't be it just because of his personality. Like
no
it's
chance.
not baseball where you could be Mike Trout and not say a single thing in your entire career, but somehow be the face of the MLB.
Yeah, no, there's no chance of that. What about LaMelo Ball?
LaMelo, what? No, he's not going to be the face of the franchise. Yes, he's going to be the first overall draft pick.
Joke. I can't stand the balls.
Jesus.
I can't stand the ball. He's going to be number one pick, though.
Dude, the only ball that is ever going to be the face of the NBA is the dad. What's his LeVar?
No, he's gone now. I mean, I ain't heard from him in a long time.
Dude, that
all right, let's transition. So
guys.
let's go to another. We're going to touch on this because this is going to be coming up in the next few weeks, up time. But there's already the NFL rules the world. So I'll talk a little bit about NFL free agency. So the top 5, I've got the top 5 NFL free agents, and I'm kind of still on this list. But number 1, Dak, and number 2, Amari Cooper. I don't see any scenario where Dallas keeps both. Well, maybe. I mean,
should I tell him what time it is?
Tell them what time it is.
It's time for Dallas.
Tell them what time it is.
To realize that Dak Prescott is not worth this money. It's time for all of these NFL teams to go, hey, you know what's not a good idea? Giving an average quarterback giving him 80 over 3 guaranteed.
I don't understand. And everybody I talk to, all my friends and stuff, is like, why would you pay Dak? Like, I don't think this makes sense to anybody.
He's not worth it. Like, I'm sorry. A lot of these quarterbacks in the league are not worth it. And if right now, all this free agency talk keeps coming back to Tom Brady, but if I'm Dallas, I am saying see you later to Dak Prescott, and I'm giving Tom the max on 2 years, and then going for it. You got the offensive line, you got the running back, you've got the wide receiver, you've got the veteran tight end, you've got the defense. Everything's there. Just put Tom on that team into the best team in the NFC.
Oh, I agree with that.
Where's Dak go, though?
Here's what I tell Dak. I say, Dak, okay, you want the money? Go test the market. Bring an offer from someone else, and maybe we'll match it. Go test the waters.
See what you can do.
Let him. What's it going to cost you?
Here's the deal, though. Somebody's going to be willing to give that money. And then Dallas...
Really? Do you think anyone views him as a franchise guy?
The Minnesota Vikings viewed Kirk Cousins as a franchise guy. There is a team out there that will give him that money. Somebody is just stupid enough. You want to tell me right now he comes available?
I don't think Dak's better than Kirk Cousins.
They're
Are they not the same player?
That's what I'm saying. So you want to do exactly what Minnesota's doing and getting bounced out in the second round of the playoffs when you went to the NFC Championship with Case Keenum? Yeah. Like, come on, dude.
No, I know.
Like, where's he going to go, though? Where's Dak going to go if he I mean,
it depends on so many dominoes, and those dominoes are getting ready to fall. But let all the dominoes fall and tell Dak, go ahead, test it.
Go ahead, see what you can do.
See it. Try it. Who cares?
I think the situation for Dak is
he's good at the press conferences. He looks the part.
He's good enough to be a starter in the league.
Yeah. And now he's going to be the highest paid quarterback in the league. And that's just stupid to me.
He's not. And he's not. He's not worth that. But, I mean, can you, like I said, I mean, who are some teams that would fit outside of Dallas for him to go to? Like, who needs a quarterback? I mean, you can say teams like Miami who can pay him, who has a very good cap space, who can, I mean, pay him for that, and then if they want to. Or, here's the thing, Dak might be put in a position where if the Dallas Cowboys don't sign him, he has to go somewhere on a 2-year deal to prove that he needs to get the big deal. And that would suit a team like Miami who has the cap space to bring in a guy like that and then still draft Tua.
Suicide or something.
I mean, possibly, yeah.
I mean, Dak's playing all this leverage, and I just think he might overplay his hand a little bit.
I think he's way overplaying.
You overplay this. If they're putting a big offer in front of you, sign that shit.
Immediately.
I would. So
because there's nobody else in the league that's going to bring him.
Amari Cooper?
He's back in Dallas. That's not even a question.
You think he's the number one? No doubt.
100%. That's
top 5 highest paid receiver in a game?
Yeah, he will be. Out, and he should be, I would think.
I don't think so. He's going to be.
He's going to be. I mean, he's probably right at that 5.
You think? Man, there's a lot of games when he just 2 catches, 30 yards.
Is it because of Dak, though?
Possibly. Tommy, I don't think he leaves. You think he's leaving?
Man, there's a lot of reports saying that he's out. And I liked the one this morning, man. The New York Football Giants, possibly a suitor for Tom Brady. Oh, dude, but it actually kind of does make sense. Tom's got to go to, like I was saying, He's got to go to a team that's got a good run game, a good tight end, a good line. I think the Giants have a so-so line. They're going to be that's all they're going to want to build towards with Saquon Barkley. So it makes sense between that, the market. He's got a good tight end. They've got serviceable wide receivers. Tom Brady's never had a number one wide receiver outside of Randy Moss. So, I mean, New York, it kind of makes sense.
Stop it.
I am talking myself into it. There's no way he's going to New York. It's not a chance in hell.
No chance.
But, dude, you bet your ass when I saw it this morning, I was screaming like a little girl.
Tom's camp is planting all these stories to get his 2-year, $60 million he's going to get from New England.
Dude, even Michael Jordan didn't stay in Chicago for his whole career. I'm just telling you, I see a 2-year scenario where it's either
suspense. I want him to leave.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, it's Dallas. Dallas makes the most sense.
No, they're going to sign
Tennessee makes sense. LA makes sense. The Chargers make sense.
I think, yeah, but does it make sense if he knows he's got to go through Mahomes?
That's the kicker. That's the kicker. You don't want to go to that division because you have to go through Mahomes, and I don't think he wants to.
No team makes more sense to me than San Francisco.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, how are you going to play that with Jimmy Garoppolo? You can't make that happen unless there is I, honest to God, think all these kinds of acquisitions, there is so much backhand and secret message, kind of shit like that, where they do
on that conspiracy.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, maybe
bullshit.
there is a scenario where, hey, we'll give you Jimmy Garoppolo for a second round draft pick.
No.
With because it's on record. John Lynch called New England saying, hey, what do I got to get for Tom Brady? Who's to say Bill's not like, you got to take Jimmy Garoppolo for a couple years, and then when Tom's ready to leave, you make sure that he comes back here and he goes over there.
No.
Who knows?
It's maybe. Silly talk. Okay, Clowney. Do you pay him the money, first of all? Do you make him the highest paid defensive player in the league? Because that's what he's getting ready to be.
God, no. I don't think so.
You don't?
I don't think he's the highest paid player. He should be the highest paid defensive player in the league. Do you?
I'm not saying he's the best. Aaron Donald is the best defensive player in the league.
So do you think he should get – because that's how this game works. It's
when you're up, and he's up right now.
Yeah, is it your turn?
So if you make the trade, you give up what they gave up for Clowney.
What did they give up for Clowney? Do we know?
Yeah, I believe it was a 2.
It was a 2?
That's a lot.
Yeah. It is and it isn't, because here's the deal. Like, what – I mean – are you going to get a better player than Jadeveon Clowney with
He's
that 2?
An animal on the inside, and that's
the
the name
about
of the game
that.
is the inside pressure, dude.
Here's my thing. It's just pressure in general. My thing is do you think you got that second round draft pick would have been something better than Jadeveon Clowney right then and there? Probably not. Yeah. I just don't think he is that like
third rounder. They got a third round pick, Bartavius Mingo and Jacob Martin.
Yeah. I don't think he's coming back. I think he's going to test the market.
He is, because he can't be franchised, so he will test the market.
Yeah,
and I think he's definitely worth the money. I think he's an absolute game changer.
I could see him in a scenario, and I'm coming back to my Giants. I could see him getting signed by the Giants. Giants want a pass rusher like that. They always get pass rushers like this.
There's so much,
and they always overpay. That's my thing. They did it with Olivier Vernon just recently. Like that's what's going to happen here.
So many teams, because there's so many teams with tons of cap space.
Yeah, a lot. There's going to be so much money moving and so many players moving.
Bank? Shaq Barrett, number 5.
Tampa.
Yep. 19.5 sacks.
He's coming back. Yeah, he's getting paid. I would pay him before I'd pay Jadeveon Clowney for sure.
Of a 1 year?
Mm-hmm.
Because this guy was a backup in Denver his entire career.
Giving me.
Youth. Over Clowney.
Youth.
Clowney ain't old.
Yeah, but he ain't young. And he's been he's damaged goods, man.
He gets hurt a lot.
He gets hurt a lot. He's glass. That's what I'm saying. Shaq Barrett, dude, 19.5. Yeah, you get paid on 19.5.
Oh, he's gonna get paid.
You get paid.
And
I don't think in Tampa. That's another team. Tampa Bay for the last couple years for me has been that team. Every like off season or OTAs or whatever, I always am like, man, Tampa just has so many good players on their team. They should be good. And Jameis goes like 30 for 30 with touchdowns and interceptions. So I like that team a lot. If they could just get a quarterback that can be consistent, they'd be really good. Which brings me to the next free agent that you don't like talking about, Phillip Rivers.
Oh, God, don't waste my time. He's not a difference maker. We've talked about this on the pod before.
So there's a lot of reports saying that I think him moving his family out of Southern California into Florida means Tampa or Miami. But there's obviously the chance that he goes to Indianapolis.
That was the big news story today, is that he's going to Indy.
Right. There's obviously the chance he goes to Indianapolis with reports that are coming out on it today.
Completely stupid.
I just don't see it being stupid. Like, do you think Jacoby Brissett is a better option than Phillip Rivers?
No, I think they're my pick to trade in the top 3 to get Tua.
So that's what I'm saying. So I mean, if
so you keep Jacoby Brissett and you sit Tua.
Why would you keep
gets Tua?
So you would prefer for Jacoby Brissett to be or for Tua Tagovailoa to be the heir apparent to Jacoby Brissett over Phillip Rivers?
Yeah.
Nah, that's wrong, dude. Come on,
They're not going to the playoffs next year anyway.
So what?
Get another top
So you
10.
think it's
Let's
going to be better for him to sit there behind Jacoby Brissett, who's barely wet behind the ears in the NFL?
It doesn't have to be percent. I don't care who it is. I don't want to win games. Honestly, if I draft Tua this year and I sit him, I don't want to win any games.
I guess I understand your point. Then you're
I
basically
don't
just
care.
saying tank
I ain't
after you get
trying to
Tua.
win 8 or 9 games to get a number 15 pick.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get another top 10 pick next year.
right. I don't know. I just think here's my thing with Indianapolis though. They do have a lot. They're basically going to be what the Chiefs were with Alex Smith and Patrick Mahomes. They brought Patrick Mahomes in for, obviously the future, but they kept Alex Smith for at least one more year. I see a scenario where Tua is obviously injured. He's not going to be full health, or you want to make sure he is full health going out there. If Phillip Rivers wants to sign a 1 or 2 year deal, yeah, I'm taking that all day long and letting him play for the year. No, because the Colts are built to win right now too, Jacob.
Are they?
Absolutely. T.Y. Hilton, they got a good running game. They got the best line
I
in
am
the
probably
league.
undervaluing how good they are, probably. I agree with that, but, Rivers ain't going to put him over the top. What's Rivers going to do? Get him a wild card spot?
He's going to do the same thing he does every year. Probably take him. He's either going to go 8-8 or he's going to go 12-4 and be the 1 or 2 seed and then possibly lose in the first or the championship. He ain't going to go to the Super Bowl, but still, nonetheless, that's the move you make if you're the
We're getting
Colts.
ready to have a lot of dominoes fall soon, though. A lot of things are coming out quick. A lot of changes are getting ready to happen. Obviously, we're going to be talking about them each week, maybe twice a week. We'll see.
If we can.
So let's stay tuned. We'll see you when we see you.
We'll see ya.